Hi, everyone. My name is Gina Rosen. I'm the Senior Director of Programs and Research at the Mission Continues. I work here in Chicago. The Mission Continues is a nonpartisan veteran and community organization, and we really recognize the importance of voting, and voting is perhaps the most powerful and vital expression of civil engagement in our society. We at the Mission Continues believe that voting is one way to make your voice heard on the issues that you specifically care about. And we teamed up with When We All Vote to get every eligible voter registered and ready to vote. It is a priority for us to involve our staff, veteran leaders, platoon members, and community partners in the movement to raise awareness around voter education, registration, and participation. Today, I'm here with my colleague, Miguel Vazquez, and we want to talk to you more about how you can get involved and the importance of registering to vote in this election. Miguel, do you want to take a minute to introduce yourself?
Hi, everybody. My name is Miguel Vazquez. I'm a staff member with the Mission Continues, serving on the advisory team for the Service Leadership Corps, along with being a current member with Los Angeles Platoon's leadership team. Excited about this new initiative of being able to get the vote out and getting everybody educated. And I'm looking forward to what everybody has in front of them in regards to a responsibility come November.
Great. So I have just a couple questions for you today, Miguel, if you'd indulge me. But I was wondering, why did you choose to register to vote?
You know, I chose to register to vote for a couple of reasons. First and foremost, coming from a military family and being a military member myself, I understand the sacrifice that goes with being able to preserve the right for all of us to have a choice in this country. Secondly, I'm heavily involved in my community, and I truly feel that if we're going to do anything in regards to making any type of lasting change, we've got to build it from the ground up. We've already checked the box with making sure that we're out in the field right now, making sure that we're supporting great partners and going ahead and hosting our own service projects. We do want to always ensure that we have the right allies in place to help us out with being able to ensure that those projects can not only be something that continue, but are supported along the way. So to me, those two areas are why I personally see it very important to not only register, but to go out and make a vote.
So Miguel, another question I have for you. You've talked a lot about the importance of this, and why you've registered to vote, but how can others who are interested in voting register to vote?
Anybody who's interested in voting should do a couple of things. First, they should check with the registrar of voters in their county to see if indeed they've registered in the past. Before that, they should take into account where they live. Being able to see where you live and the amount of time you've lived there would be able to give you an idea of two things. First and foremost, have you registered to vote in your county and state? And the other side of it is making sure that where you're voting is actually going to make an impact for an area of interest that you have personally for your community. So those interested in voting can go ahead and take a look on a county website wherever they're at to check in to see if they're registered. And if not, there are a lot of resources out there right now that are supporting different means of being able to register to vote online. Taking advantage of these new measures is really going to help make that ease of access, on top of ensuring that you have all of the information you need by the time we get to Election Day.
That's great. And for those who don't know how to locate their community registrar's office, you can also reach out with our partners at whenweallvote.com. Check your registration, and actually they can help guide you in the registration process there as well. Miguel, you talked about really the importance of why you vote and how it matters in the community you live in. Can you talk more? You know, we often hear about the presidential race as being the most important one that everybody wants. What are some of the other things that are important to you?
You know, it's really important, especially when you're active in your community through service, to pay attention from everything to the city council, to your water district, to your state assembly, state senator, Congress people, and even federal senators. The aspect of paying attention to every level of the election process is important to being able to ensure that your community really has a team to not only support it, but to see through any initiatives that they go ahead and put forth as a reason to vote for them. We may not think that the election of a judge matters to a community, but the reality of it is if a judge has a history of a high conviction rate associated with certain crimes that could otherwise be remedied through probation and any type of rehabilitative therapies or processes, we need to pay attention to those things, because those levels of power, those levels of privilege are truly something we as people have more control than we'd like to give ourselves credit for. So being able to look at every level of who's getting elected for what position truly is the other side of serving your community in the best way you may see fit.
Great. Those are all my questions for you today. Anything else you'd want to share with our group?
You know, one thing that I do want to share with the group is to pay attention to social media. And I know with social media, a lot of messages can be muddled, but the one message that will never be muddled is the Mission Continues message. So be sure to tag us with When We All Vote. Check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and go ahead and ensure that you go out there and do your part to vote this election.